We're gonna try this one more time.
So
Back one more again.
that's right. That's right. Well, first of all, you have to tell everybody how you broke in here last night and did a stream on my camera.
Well, I came here. I was excited to meet you in person for the first time, and you were nowhere to be found. So I kind of just the front door was open because you people don't really close doors around here. So I kind of just walked into the house and walked through the kitchen, walked all the way to the backyard, and I said, "Oh look, that's the studio. That must be where the magic happens." And I was like, "Maybe Michael Lofton is in there." And then I walked up to the door, and you had a guard dog. And the guard dog sniffed me out, and he was able to tell from sniffing me that I am an Orthodox Catholic and that I do hold the Vatican II and that I do agree Pope Francis is the Pope. So the dog let me in.
So he let you through.
Yes, he let me through because I proclaimed the creed. What is it called?
The profession of faith?
Yeah.
Man, the creed, yeah.
Yes, he let me through because I proclaimed the profession of faith of Vatican II. And he said I could come in. He said that I was clean. So
you're telling me he's not a sedevacantist?
He's not a sedevacantist.
That's good to know. I didn't know that about Boxer.
What
I've kind of always wondered if he was a sede or not.
What I'm trying to say is that if you're a sede, you're worse than a dog. That's what I'm trying to say because Boxer assents to
he assents to the
magisterium. Yeah.
And Vatican II.
And Vatican II.
Yeah.
So he let me into your studio. You were not in here. And I said, "Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Look at all these books." I said, "Look, these are all by the way, I don't think I've ever been so jealous of another person in my life, but all these books that you got over here, everything you got over here is just so beautiful. It puts my library to shame. So I'm very jealous of you, and I'll probably have to go to confession when I get back home because being here really is a near occasion of sin for me because I don't have all these books that you have. And what really bugs me...
I don't know. On the videos that I've seen with you, seems like you have a pretty large set of books.
It's Dr. Seuss. You got scholarly material, and yeah.
It seems like it's like that long, right?
Yeah. This bookshelf, right? Yeah, it's probably about the same size. Mm-hmm. But what really bothers me is that you know where all your books are, so I know you actually read them. I don't really read mine; they're just kind of there for show.
They're just there for show.
But you actually know where your books are. We've been having conversations all weekend, and you're like, "Oh, you can read about that in this book over here," and then you just mosey on over to your library, and you just pull the book off the shelf, and it's exactly what you were looking for, and you know where everything is, and that really bothers me because I wish I could be like you, but I'm not like you. So I'm starting to really, resent you. But hey, you know what? They say that if you can't beat them, join them. So here
That's
I am.
Right,
baby.
there you go. Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Yeah, so here I am.
Man, and it's an honor to have you here, by the way.
Oh, my friend, the honor is all mine. I want to say, this entire weekend that we've been here, you and your beautiful family have treated me and my producer so good because we're just two bums off the street. We're just two kids off the street with nowhere to go, and you have brought us into your lovely home. You have treated us so well. You've treated us better than we get treated back home. But so from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure producer has the same sentiment. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for everything. If everyone watching right now, if you all knew how the hospitality and the lengths that this man and his beautiful family went through for me and my producer, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's a saint," and you are a saint. You're just a saint, and that also makes me very jealous. And because you're so holy,
no, man,
I resent you even more because I've got a long way to go.
No,
but anyway,
it's been great to have y'all. Really, it has, and we got to do it again.
We definitely have to do it again.
This visit is almost over, and it just got started.
I know. It's like we just got here yesterday because we did. So
we'll do it again, though. In fact, I'll come out to Albuquerque sometime.
You have to come out to Albuquerque, but I got to tell you, I don't have all the books that you have here. I got Dr. Seuss. I'm saying,
no matter. I want you to just show me.
Your kids will love my library.
Just show me the places where Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad were filmed, and we're good.
All right, I'll take you to all of the great Mexican restaurants in Albuquerque.
I want to go to Walter White's house.
There's only one. Okay, we'll go to Walter White's house so that crazy lady can yell at us. and then we'll go to the one good Mexican restaurant in Albuquerque. Because there really is only
There's
one.
only
honestly.
one? What?
Yeah, there's really only one. There's really only one. Actually, this restaurant is actually one of the my producer's clients. It's the only Mexican restaurant I think that I think is good. So I'll take you there, take you to my mama's crib, and she'll cook for us. Because she's known for that. And yeah, man, when you come through, me and my producer, we're gonna treat you the way that y'all treated us. And my goal is to make you jealous of me. But it's probably not gonna happen because you're just so perfect and you're so smart and intelligent and you know things that I don't know. So it's like an uphill battle. But hey, I'll die trying. So anyway,
I gotta know.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I wanted to get out of this interview was, if you were made Pope, what you would do.
God help
so
everybody.
Let's say you're made Pope Alexander I don't know.
Pope Alexander, would it be the 9th?
I don't know, but Alexander the whatever. What's the first thing you do?
Well, besides excommunicate everybody, what would I do? I'd have a really good time if I was the Pope. I'd have a really good time. So if I was made Pope, right, and it's possible that it could happen, if any cardinals are watching this for the next conclave, God bless Pope Francis. May he continue to live a long, healthy life. I know he's up there in age, but if any cardinals are watching this and you like what I'm about to say, feel free to maybe write my name down in a secret ballot for the next conclave.
Because they could elect you.
It could happen. Yeah. I'm sure that many people know about not Saint. Is it Saint Stephen? What's his name? He became a pope in the 2nd century or 3rd century, and he was a lay person. Saint Fabian, Pope Saint Fabian. So Pope Saint Fabian was in the either 2nd or 3rd century. He was a lay person. He was just a hermit, and he just happened to be in Rome. He just happened to be in Rome at the time that they were going to elect a new pope. The previous pope had just died, and the presbyters there in Rome couldn't decide on who was going to be the next pope. And they were fighting about it, and nobody wanted to do it, and nobody could it was just a hard time. So Saint Fabian shows up, right? He's just a hermit. He's not even a priest or anything. He just shows up, and he goes up. He goes and he asks them hey, I'm just wondering if y'all have elected a new pope. And the presbyters look at him, and they look at each other and look at him, and they go, "You're the new pope." And actually, when he showed up and he asked the question have you all elected a new pope? A dove descended from the sky and landed on either his head or his shoulder. And when the presbyter saw that, after this was weeks of fighting amongst them over who would be the next pope, when they saw the white dove descended from the sky and they landed on Saint Fabian, they said, "You're the new pope." And Saint Fabian was like, "What do you mean? You're the new pope? Come over here so we can ordain you a priest and make you the bishop of Rome." And he became the new pope, and he was a great pope, and he became a saint. So Pope Saint Fabian, I could be the next Pope St. Fabian if the cardinals that are watching this sneak my name on the ballots. It's possible that I could get elected. And
because a lot of people don't know any Catholic male is eligible, even a layman.
Right.
So if you're chosen as a layman, you could be chosen. You're then entitled to be ordained a bishop because obviously you're going to be the Bishop of Rome.
Yep, absolutely.
But they could choose you.
That could happen. They could choose me. And you know what? Now that I know I know it's a possibility, and now that you bring it up, and now you got me thinking about it, maybe I should send in my resume.
Maybe.
Because Pope Francis has had health issues. You know what I mean? We can say that Pope Francis's papacy has been controversial, to say the least. I think that I could get in there and I could just clean everything up, and I can make everybody happy.
And what are you starting with?
Excommunicating them all. That's how.
How are you going about doing that?
Well, before I do that, first I need to do other things that will make excommunicating them that much sweeter. So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay, let's hear
First, I'm going to fix the liturgy.
Okay.
Because, we got all these liturgy wars that are going on in the church. We got the Latin Mass people over here. We got the Novus Ordo people over there. We got the fight, and we got the everywhere. Well, here's what I would do. I would unify the Roman Rite, and here's how it's going to look, okay? Here's what the Roman Rite is going to be. You're going to have the Missal of 1962.
Okay.
With the Novus Ordo liturgical calendar and lectionary,
okay,
and the Mass will be in the vernacular with certain parts in Latin. However, every single Roman Rite priest will have the ability, if they choose to do so, to celebrate the liturgy in Latin. So you'll still have the Latin Mass, Novus Ordo lectionary, Novus Ordo calendar, but I would retain a few things from the Novus Ordo Missae that I actually really like.
Yeah.
For example, when we prepare for the liturgy of the Eucharist, there's a procession with laity, and the lay people, they bring up the gifts, which are the elements for the Eucharist,
Sure.
the bread and the wine. I really like that. I think that's a beautiful symbol because the laity bringing up the gifts, it represents that the bread and wine, the elements that the Holy Spirit uses to give us the body, blood, soul, and divinity of our Lord Jesus Christ. It represents, it even says it in the liturgy that, the bread and the wine, they are works of human hands. So it represents that we give what we have to God, and God takes what we offer him and he transforms it into his body, blood, soul, and divinity. It's a really, really beautiful thing, and it also represents, the humanity of Christ, the divinity of Christ, meaning it represents the incarnation. There's something really beautiful about it. I've always really appreciated that they let lay people bring up their meek and humble gifts, bread and wine, to God, and that God uses it to provide the nourishment and the sustenance of our souls. That's a very beautiful thing. So I would keep that. And then also...
And on that, I appreciate that part, especially also in the Byzantine liturgy, because I've often baked the prosphora bread that's used then in the liturgy.
Yes.
In this confected.
That's right.
The
in the Eastern rites, the elements that are used for the consecration are always... The bread is always baked by somebody there. That's beautiful. Yeah.
It took me a few times before I got it right.
Before you got it right. It's an art form, I understand. It's a special... It's a science to it,
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So I would keep that part, and then I would also keep, earlier in the Mass, the prayers of the faithful, which are read out loud in the Novus Ordo. I think those are really important because, like in the Missal of 62, the prayers of the faithful are actually said silently by the presiding priest, and I like them being said out loud and everybody praying for the same intention. So I would keep those two elements, and it would be in the vernacular, but any priest could do it in all Latin if he chose to do so, and it would be because the congregation asked for it, and but there would always be elements of Latin that will always be present in the liturgy. Basically, what Vatican II, what Sacrosanctum Concilium called for with the liturgy, basically just getting it right, doing that part right, doing what Sacrosanctum Concilium actually called for, and I would just unify the Roman Rite. Let's take the best of the Missal of 62, the best of the Novus Ordo, put it together, and we'll make everybody happy.
We're doing Ad Orientem.
We're doing Ad Orientem, baby. We got to do Ad Orientem because there's no other way to do it. It's going to be Ad Orientem. And let me tell you something, okay? We're not going to have guitars. We're not going to have, cymbals. We're not going to have the saxophone. We're not going to have the triangle. We're not going to have the banjo.
During the liturgy?
Oh,
banjo.
We're not going to have the banjo.
Goodness.
I know we're in the South right now. It wouldn't surprise me.
I would be shocked if I saw a banjo.
No
at the
banjos.
liturgy.
We're not going to have anything
or a
else.
saxophone.
There's only one instrument allowed. That's it, the organ. And if you ain't got an organ, then you're just going a cappella, baby. All right? You go a cappella and that's it. But the organ is the only thing allowed. If I'm the Pope, only the organ is allowed. In the
now,
Roman
all
Rite.
This is for the Roman Rite.
This is for the Roman Rite, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In the western part of the world, just everywhere where the Roman Rite's done.
Everywhere where the Roman Rite is done.
Yeah.
I would say. Well, actually,
so, okay, where's the enculturation here? Right.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Now that I said that, let me take it back.
Yeah.
There are certain places, it's true, certain places in the world where certain pious acts that we do in the liturgy wouldn't make sense in that cultural context. So in places of the world where maybe something in the new liturgy wouldn't make sense, or it would be something that would be offensive to that culture, you can make adjustments,
Sure,
that would be left up to the individual bishops of those regions, of those territories in the world. So that's how I would do it. That's how I would handle that. That would be my first order of business, right? I'd unify the Roman Rite. I'd promulgate.
So you wouldn't have two forms of the Roman Rite?
No, because that's causing us problems, right?
Okay.
Because then we got my form, my ordinary form versus your extraordinary form. Which is better? Which is I'm tired of that. No, let's bring it all together, unify it one, because it's like, having to.
Or what about this? Now you might not go for it, but
let's see.
think about it in the Byzantine tradition. So we have the Liturgy of Chrysostom, but also the Liturgy of St. Basil, as well as the Liturgy of St. James, but that's maybe once a year.
Right.
And then, the Liturgy of Basil, a little less than a dozen times or something like that. And then for the most part, it's the Liturgy of Chrysostom. Now, everybody's on the same page in when these different liturgies are celebrated. But you do have these different liturgies, right? Now, what if you had in the Roman Rite where, 40 weeks of 52 weeks you do the ordinary form, and then, I don't know, 12 you do the extraordinary. That wouldn't be good enough, though, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we're past that.
We're past that? Okay.
We're past that.
Okay.
I think we just need to just unify the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what, though? If I become the Pope, Michael, I'm making you my head
I'm your advisor?
the dicastery for divine worship. That's what you're going to do.
I thought I would be over the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith. I mean... I thought that would be more my area.
Have I miscast you? You know what? You're right. You stick to that, and I'll handle the liturgy, all right? You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane.
So you're kicking Fernandez out.
Wait a second. No. Wait a second.
I mean, Fernandez has been knocking it out of the park lately.
Fernandez has been doing a great job. He's been, doing... Honestly, it took 10 years, but I think Pope Francis finally got somebody good.
Everybody was knocking him at first because of the Kissy book and everything, but he's been knocking it out of the park.
He's been doing a great job. He's been doing a fantastic job. I'm really impressed with him. Maybe he'll become the next pope. That would be pretty good.
Dubia after dubia after dubia is being answered.
Yeah.
Things are getting done. Yeah. German bishops are being dealt with. I mean,
clarification. Finally, it took 10 years, but we finally got it. So God bless.
I feel like he should have put Fernandez in there from day one.
Yeah.
And this pontificate probably would have been received a whole lot better.
I completely agree with you. I think so.
There would have been less confusion.
I think that now, looking back at the last 10 years, I think that the biggest problem with Pope Francis's pontificate is that he gave certain people positions of authority that shouldn't have had those positions of authority, and I think that's where a lot of the problems came from. So, maybe Cardinal Fernandez will be the next pope, but if he is, hey, I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. But if not, and it's me, you'll be his assistant.
I'll be okay. That'll work. That'll work.
When he passes, I'll bump you up. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you, baby, because I'm never going to forget everything you've done for me, Michael. I'm never going to forget. I'm going to take care of you, all right? Because when a friend takes care of me, I don't forget that. You know what I mean? I remember. I remember when a friend takes care of me, so I'll take care of you. Don't worry.
So when you go to the top, you're bringing me with you.
I'm bringing you with me. Okay. Yes. At this point, you could be, ordained as a Byzantine. You could be a bishop for all that.
So I would be a married bishop. We're bringing that back. I mean, it's been a while since we've had married bishops. So.
I'm not going to ask you to get rid of Stacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. It's been a while since we've had those, though.
You know what? Okay, maybe I won't rock the boat too much. You can just be a priest.
Or an archpriest,
Archpriest, and I'll make you
a mitred archpriest, right? So I can wear the mitre, right?
Oh,
but I'm still just priest, right?
Yeah, you're still a priest. You can wear the mitre. That reminds me. Thank you for reminding me. The way that if I was elected pope, the way that I would make my my debut as pope, is that I would come out on the balcony, white smoke, Tim's on, and
Tim's on. Seriously,
I'd come out and then I'd
have some Tim's on.
I think that's the kind of pope we need now. We need a pope that wears Tim. You know what I'm saying?
You think he'll be received well on social media?
Yes, I think so. Okay. I think that sometimes you just need a pope that can stop somebody out, So I'd come out, I'd have the hockey mask on, right? So they don't like, oh, who is this person in a hockey mask? Who is it going to be? Which cardinal is this?
Right.
And then I'll rip the hockey mask off and I'll have the Pushaisty on. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, wow. He's wearing the Pushaisty, and then I'll take that off, and then I'll have the schoolboy Q. You know, my different
This is like a
ski masks.
Scooby-Doo scene, right?
It's like a Scooby-Doo scene,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And then they'll be like, oh my goodness, he has another ski mask on, who could it be? And then I'll rip that ski mask on, and I'll have the stocking cap, you know what I'm saying? The pantyhose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh,
yeah.
the anticipation is killing me. And then...
That's what they're going to be thinking, is the anticipation. That's what they're going to be thinking at that
They're going to be like, the anticipation is killing me.
I'm not so sure that's what they're going to be thinking.
No, trust me, that's what they're going to be thinking. If I do it right, they're going to be like, now I'm really curious.
Okay.
Who's under all of these layers of these articles of clothing? Who could it be? And then I'll rip my stocking cap off, you know what I'm saying, on the pantyhose, and they'll be like, it's Voice Face Killer. And I'm still trying.
Voice Face the first.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if I would be Voice Face the first, Pope Voice Face. You know what I'm saying?
Pope Reason the first, maybe.
Maybe.
I kind of like Pope Voice Face though.
Pope Voice Face is pretty gangster, and if I got the Timbs on, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So.
Which will no longer be a common thug, as you referenced yourself.
Oh, I'll always be a common thug, baby. Even if I'm the Pope. Wouldn't be the first time we've had a thug Pope. But anyway.
No, that's actually true.
Yeah, yeah. But I'd be a good one.
Yeah.
I'd be a thug Pope of the people. You know what I'm saying?
For the people, representing the people.
Representing for the people.
I don't know. I feel like Pope Francis in some way tries to represent the people.
Yeah, I think he does.
Right.
I think he does. But he doesn't wear Timbs. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
But we could get probably an AI generator to take Pope Francis and put some Timbs on him. Have you seen that where they use the AI generator and put like those big thick coats? You know what I'm talking about, like the street coats on Pope Francis?
I saw some of that just today.
That's epic.
Yeah, but I would probably wear one of those for realsies though. Like I don't want to fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be AI nothing. I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I'll come out there with my hockey mask, my push ice tea, my schoolboy cue, my stocking cap. I'll have a chinchilla on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A big coat. You know what I'm saying?
A Pope for the streets.
You know, but for the street, I'll look like Cameron. You know what I'm saying? Wait, I'm the pink Pope. You know what I'm saying? So I'll come out and I'll be the pink Pope.
Oh,
I'll look like, you seen that picture of Cameron when he has the tiny little pink cell phone? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see that one.
He's wearing like a pink turban or something, and he's dressed in all pink. That's how I would look as Pope Voice Face. You know what I'm saying? Either that, or I'll be Pope Alexander the Ninth, because that's my name, so it'd be cool if I got to keep my name. And also, the last Pope Alexander was no good, so I kind of want to restore the name of Alexander because that's my name, and I don't want when people to think of Pope Alexander that the last impression they have is that the bad Pope. I want to be a good Pope Alexander, so I would do that, right? So that's how I'd make my debut to the world, you know, as the pink Pope, voice face Alexander the Ninth. You know what I'm saying?
You know, somebody's probably, after all of this, they're going to make images of you as the Pope, as the pink Pope. They're going to do all this.
Please do. Make images of a voice of reason as the pink Pope, voice face killer, Alexander the Ninth, the first. It'd be Pope, voice face killer, the first Alexander the Ninth. I'd have both because that's gangster. So I would do that, you know.
So what would you do? German bishops.
Oh, German bishops? German bishops.
Tell me about the German bishops. What's your move there? If you're made Pope.
Oh, those German bishops.
Yeah. Obviously there's some good German bishops. In fact, one recently came out, one that Pope Francis handpicked to participate at the synod.
Yep.
German bishop came out blasting other German bishops for their liberalism.
I would make him a cardinal.
Yeah.
And then I'd fire everybody else. He'd be the one.
Gone.
I'd make that one German bishop the patriarch of Germany, and he'd be the only.
So there'd now be a patriarchate.
There would be a patriarchate in Germany. I know that's in the West, but whatever. You know, or make him a cardinal and and he'd be the only bishop there. You know, make him the sole bishop of Germany, and everybody else gets excommunicated. So what I would do is I would start by excommunicating the liberals. All the liberal bishops, all the liberal priests, right? Everybody that, claims to be Catholic, but they don't really follow the teachings of the Catholic Church. All the liberal, including politicians. Joe Biden, gone. Nancy Pelosi, gone. What other Catholics exist in the world that aren't really Catholic? If you're gone.
You're
if
gone.
You call
you're
yourself
gone.
Catholic. But
Are you giving them a warning first, though? Or are they just gone?
One shot. They got one chance.
They got one chance at it?
I'm going to send them a notice in the mail. And it's going to be like, you got to respond to this in the next 60 days or else you're out of here.
That's fair. That's fair. Give them a chance to repent.
I'll give them one shot because I'm tired of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them one shot. And if they don't respond, if they don't write back in the next 60 days, signing and affirming all the documents they got to sign and affirm, and doing public penance and repenting publicly for the things that they've said in public, all these politicians, if they don't do everything that I tell them they have to do to the T, they're gone. They're out of here. Bye-bye. They're gone.
So okay, let's take that scenario.
Yeah.
You excommunicate a ton of German bishops, right?
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Does that not create a massive schism overnight where you have all of these validly ordained bishops who are now creating a parallel church in Germany?
Oh, well, that leads me to the next thing I would do. Getting the Papal States back. So that's not going to happen under my watch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, good luck. Let's see what happens when I excommunicate you and deport you out to Serbia or something. You know what I mean? Let's see, try to start your parallel church out in Antarctica. Let's see how you like that.
Okay.
So that's what I'll do. I'll get the Papal States back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm going to make sure that ain't nobody starting any parallel churches under my watch. No schisms. No schisms anymore. Right? So I would do that. Okay? And then... So I take care of the liberals, right? And then I know that when I take care of the liberals, so I fix the liturgies, take care of the liberals, and then all the conservatives are going to be cheering me on like, oh, Pope Voiceface, Pope Voiceface, you're the best, Pope Voiceface. And then I'm going to be like, I'm gonna turn on them. I'll be like, guess what? You're out too. All you who descend against the magisterium, Taylor Marshall, you're out too. Kennedy Hall, you're out too. Tim Gordon, you're out too.
LifeSite News.
LifeSite News. Oh,
goodness.
LifeSite News. They won't be able to get a job printing the funny pages out there.
Are they getting a warning too, though?
No. Well, okay, fine. I'll give them one warning too.
They get one warning.
One warning.
One chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah. But I'm going to let it be known, like, hey, you can be gone too. You're just as bad as all of them, as all the liberals too. I'd get rid of all of them too. So once we got all the pains in the neck out the way, we can just focus on serving God, right, on worshiping the Lord, on evangelizing, and on doing the corporal and spiritual works of mercy. That's what we got to focus on. Oh, also, I would promulgate a new catechism, and I'd write it myself. You'd help me because you're going to be the head of the DDF. Okay. So I'm going to promulgate a new catechism, and you're going to write it all. That's going to be your first big assignment. You're going to put out not just a catechism. You're going to put together an entire program of catechesis that's going to be universal in the entire Roman Church. The entire Roman Church. I'm like.
So what's wrong with the catechism we have, though?
Nothing is wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying we need to. I think it needs to be more nuanced. It needs to be more qualified, and it needs to, it needs to be
a little more charity.
It needs to have your name on it. A little more charity.
A little more of the Eighth Ecumenical Council.
A lot of Constantinople IV. A lot. I'm talking like, matter of fact, a lot of Constantinople IV. Please, a lot. So we're doing that. We're gonna put together a whole catechetical program, right? We're going to do a whole catechetical program that every single bishop is going to follow this program.
Are we adopting Schneider's credo as the catechism?
Are you serious? Is that a question?
Definitely not serious. Definitely not serious.
Are you trying to fix the church, or what are you trying to do? Hey, you know what? Like, we're talking about the conservatives. I'm excommunicating. Vigano, gone. He's already excommunicated himself.
I mean, he's already out.
He's already a city. Vigano, gone. Who else? Father Altman, gone.
He's already gone.
He's already gone.
Set of a contest.
See, they do it.
They're already out.
I'm just putting it down in the canons.
What I'm shocked by is that Pope Francis hasn't formally laicized them.
Who else are we working with? So Vigano, Altman, Schneider, maybe. I'll warn him. I'm gonna warn everybody. Don't even look at me the wrong way, or else you're gonna catch a canonical censor. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna get down. That's the kind of pope we need right now. You know what I'm saying? So
somebody who's more firm in church discipline.
Someone you got to be more firm. You got to be firm. So we're doing that. So yeah, fix the liturgy. Get rid of all the people that don't belong. Put together a new catechetical program for the entire church. so we know every single person that comes into the church that is receiving faith formation, that we know what they're learning, that they're actually learning the faith, so that we can cultivate a new generation of Catholics that are actually educated and actually know the faith, that have actually read the catechism, So we'll do that, and then we can just carry on with our business and do what the church does. Continue to build Western civilization. Continue to worship God. Continue to evangelize. Continue to do the corporal and spiritual works of mercy, and just keep doing our thing, and just keep riding the wave. Keep riding the wave till the Lord returns.
So what are you doing in relation with the Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox?
Oh, I'm going to fix that.
How so? How would you go about fixing that?
Well, I'll put you in charge of that too.
Okay.
Because I know that you were once an Orthodox as well. You're also going to be in charge of the... I'll tell you what. Fernandez looks like a really healthy... He'll probably still be doing his thing, So instead of you being his assistant... I mean, you can still assist him if you like, but your main job, your main role will be to address all of the other apostolic faiths and, just beg them to come home.
So are we having a new Council of Florence? Of Florence II?
You better believe. We're having Vatican III. We're going to have Vatican III. But you know what? I'll tell you what. We could do it like we could do like a new council. It doesn't have to be all the way in Italy. You know what I'm saying? We could do it closer to the east with like a nice halfway point, neutral territory, I guess. I don't know. We could have a new council. And I'd be like, look, this whole past 1,000 years, let's just put it all behind us. Forget it happened. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be friends again. Come on. You got your liturgies. You got your married clergy. You got everything. Nothing has to change. Just be nice.
But they're going to say, no, we don't want to embrace the papal claims or the filioque.
Anathema. Anathema.
Oh, boy. You just set back church relations with the Orthodox by 70 years.
Hey, that's on them. That's on them. You know what? If you play your cards right, Michael, and you do your job like I know you can, that won't happen. That
won't happen.
Just show them. Just be like, look. Let's take a look at these 7 ecumenical councils, the first 7, It's there in Ephesus. It's there in Constantinople, in Chalcedon, in Constantinople 2, Constantinople 3, Nicaea 2. It's there. 5 of the first 7. Come on, baby. It's there. You should be like, come on, look. This is... look at all the problems you got over here. You can't tell me anything about marriage. You can't tell me anything about contraception. You can't tell me anything about in vitro fertilization. You can't even tell me. You guys can't even agree amongst yourselves over who is and who isn't validly baptized.
That's a big concern of mine.
Yes. That's why I'm so glad that you wrote your book, Answering Orthodoxy. And by the way, I want to say this right now before I forget. I want to thank you so much, Michael, because you sent me a copy of your book. It is excellent. It is fantastic. I'm going to let everybody know right now. This right here, Answering Orthodoxy, this is it. This is the definitive, and I mean this right here, if I become the Pope, this is going to be part of my magisterium right here. This is going to become papal magisterium. This is papal magisterium right here. Yeah,
will it become an apostolic constitution?
This is going to become the high. You know more about that stuff than me. Okay. Whatever you think this should be, that's what it's going to be. Okay? Because if you're wrong, the Holy Spirit won't let me do it. But so I trust you. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to become papal magisterium because this book right here is that good. This book is excellent. This book is fantastic. With this book right here, you have Beyond the Shadow of a Doubt, the answer. That's probably why you called it that. You're smart, aren't you? Answering Orthodoxy. You called it that because you answer orthodoxy. Beyond the Shadow of a Doubt, the debate is finished. It is finished. Right here in this book, it's all the answers you need. And I want to thank you because you were kind enough to send me a copy in the mail. And by the way,
glad to do it.
By the way, not only did you send me a copy, not only did you send me a copy of Answering Orthodoxy, since we've been here this weekend, you gave a copy to my producer, and you gave me an extra copy that I'm going to be sending to a very special supporter that I have, one of my followers on Instagram, who's actually a famous person, who said that he wanted that book, on his Christmas wish list. So I mentioned it to you. Everybody, I want you all to know this is how good Michael Lofton is. Michael Lofton is such a good person that since I've been here this weekend, he's given me a bunch of books, like a big stack of books that he can say, yeah, you can just have these because I have multiple copies. He just gave me all of these amazing, beautiful books. And I'm gonna have you sign everything because I want you. Even the books that you didn't write, I still want you to sign them.
Still sign those.
That's how highly I think of you. I know that you gave me like the Summa. I know you're not Thomas Aquinas, but you can sign that too. It's okay. So Michael Lofton gave me all these for free copies of his brand new book, Answering Orthodoxy, because he wants me to spread the love, and he gave one to my producer. He gave one specifically that he signed for this particular famous individual who I'll be sending the book to, and all these other books that Michael that you've given me since I've been here. And you are too kind, you are too charitable. They always say never meet your heroes, but I met you, and I'm not disappointed.
Is that
I'm
right?
very impressed. 'Cause I'm very, very impressed. And this book is it's chef's kiss.
I've met a few of my heroes and been very disappointed, man.
Well, I'm sorry for you, but some people can't have it all, and I have it all because I got to meet you, and you're exactly how I thought you would be, even better than I thought. Your whole family is just lovely, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You gave me all these books. You know the way to my heart. And
it's through books.
This book right here. That's
I'm the same exact way, man. I'm telling you, I love books.
Oh,
if you can't tell, right?
Oh my goodness, I would never. Leave
my wife
place.
certainly knows how much books, how much I love them. Every time we go to Dallas, it's like Irving, right around there. Sure. They have this really, really large half-price bookstore. Mm-hmm. Man, every time I go, it's like
excellent.
Yeah, I end up coming away with like a whole buggy full of books.
So that explains.
It's pretty awesome.
It's such an impressive collection, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Boxes, yeah. Well, I mean, at first they're in the buggy, right? Until we check out, and then we come away with boxes.
Boxes.
That's the way to go. That or Amazon.
You and I are the same person, Michael. You and I are the same person. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. So, yeah, this book right here is a banger. And when I say banger, I mean it should be part of the magisterium banger. That's what I'm saying.
What's odd is the Pope could actually take a book.
He could.
And turn it into the papal magisterium.
He could, and he's not going to do it.
He could adopt it, right?
Yeah, he could. He's not going to do it with my Dr. Seuss books that I have at home. He's going to do it with something like this, So this is a very good. You right here. This right here is going to be serving the church long before any of us are gone. People are going to be reading.
Hope it helps
people are going to be reading this book hundreds of years from now. This book is going to be read.
I doubt that.
No. This book is that good. It's going to be read hundreds of years from now. People are going to come back to this book right here. Because this book has all of the answers, to bring back, to unify the apostolic churches, So
it'd be amazing if it was.
And I want to talk more about this book with you because it's excellent. But before we get to that, I want you to tell me, what would you do if you was the Pope?
Golly, there's so many places I would go here with this one. Certainly, I would address very problematic figures in the church. People who are dissenting from the magisterium openly in a very flagrant way, both on the extreme left and extreme right. I would certainly address that immediately. That's just number one. Number two, address the issues with the liturgy. I think that in the Roman Rite there does need to be one form, but that form needs to be reformed in kind of the opposite direction. In other words, kind of closer back to the Missal of 62. Kind of more like as it's erroneously called, the Latin Mass.
Right.
A lot like what you were saying. There needs to be a reform of the reform, as it's called.
Good.
Certainly address that issue. And then in the magisterium, I would certainly go ahead and promulgate explicitly the teaching that the magisterium cannot teach heresy, even non-infallibly, even when it teaches non-infallibly. Because honestly, I think that error, the notion that the magisterium can teach heresy as long as it's teaching non-infallibly, I think that error is at the heart of so many problems in the church today.
Right. Yeah.
So if that one were eliminated, I think that would actually fix a lot of the dissent in the church.
We're on the same page then. So whether you become the Pope or whether I become the Pope, I'll give you a job, you give me a job.
There you go.
Whatever, yeah. So good. I think you'd be a good Pope. If I was a cardinal, I'd vote for you.
But see, the question is, would I be Pope Michael the First, or would it be Pope Seraphim the First? Because we've never actually had a Pope Michael, but we did have that guy who went by the name of Pope Michael, and he now has a successor, Pope Michael II.
I think you should be Pope Michael, just to take that away from him.
Just take it away.
Be like, no, you're not Pope Michael. I'm Pope Michael.
Take it away.
I'm Pope. You're Pope Michael.
Because I think there was actually an anti-pope who was John the 23rd, and then the real John the 23rd, Roncalli, took that name and kind of pushed out the old one.
I think that's what you need to do with Pope Michael, because the fact that we are addressing him as Pope Michael, him and his successor, pray for
Pope
the
Michael
repose
II,
of the soul of Pope Michael I. Pray for his, I know he passed away not too long ago, but the fact that we address him as Pope Michael, oh, come on. No, you're Pope Michael. You understand me?
Have you ever seen that documentary about him?
No, why would I want to watch a documentary about him?
It was fascinating.
Was it really?
It's fascinating. You need to watch it.
I'd rather watch documentaries.
I mean, obviously, I'm not taking any of this seriously.
Legitimate Pope.
But just sociologically, I find this thing fascinating.
I can imagine. A guy that dresses up like the Pope clearly has issues. Anyway.
It was incredibly interesting.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. I can pray for that boy.
Yeah.
But no, you need to be Pope Michael the First. You need to be Pope Michael. Pope Michael, that sounds hard.
But see, here's the thing. Okay, so we're sit back and kind of armchairing this, right? If I were Pope, here's what I would do. Yeah. But in reality, the real Pope knows a whole lot more of what's going on behind the scenes that we have no idea about. Mm-hmm. And in reality, I think he's probably taking things into account that we haven't yet considered.
Right.
So if we were actually in that position and privy to all the information he has, I don't know. Maybe we would see things differently.
Okay, fine, Michael. You can be the Pope because I clearly don't know what the heck I'm doing. You can be the Pope, all right? Fine, you can do it.
Or we could just let the Pope actually just be the Pope, right? Pope Francis. You know we just let him be the Pope.
If we could let the Pope be the Pope can keep up the Pope can keep on poping, and I'll keep on pimping. You know, and the world will run smoothly. The Pope can keep on poping, I'll keep on pimping, and everything will be good. You know?
What is pimping? Just for people who are unclear about this term.
What is pimping?
Yes, just for people who are unclear right now. What does this mean?
Pimping means that you're a faithful son of the church.
Okay. All right. I could go with that.
Let the Pope be the Pope and let a pimp be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
We might want to come up with a different designation for this concept of fidelity to the magisterium. Maybe we can come up with a different term, though.
Well, it's 'cause I'm
just so it's not confused with some other things, that the word pimp might.
Well, you know what? It's because this is my first time in the Deep South. So since I got here, I've been feeling like Master P. You know.
That's so true.
It's something in the food.
We were at Azteca yesterday, and you were like, "So when are we going to see Master P?"
Yeah,
I don't know when the last time he was in Monroe.
If I could see
New Orleans, like 4 hours away. So.
Maybe I've only been here for like a few days, and I already feel very, Southern.
It's already rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
Let me hear your best country bob.
My best country bob.
Yeah, your best country bob over there.
Well, look here. Where the dent?
Where's the skin? Where's the dent?
Where's the dent? I've been here. Look here. I've been here in Louisiana, and you've been driving me around this country town, showing me all the stars.
The skint and dent.
The skint and dent. I don't even know what the word skint means, but I like it.
Skint?
What's that?
I mean, it's just like an imperfection, a scratch, or mark, or whatever.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, I think so.
But where's the dent?
Where's the skint? So there's a place around here, right? Called Skint and Dent. Now I'm giving them free advertisement, right?
They deserve it.
But I guess they sell appliances that have dents in them, and so they knock off some price, the price to a lower amount because of that. And there was this commercial for Skint and Dent where the old lady's like, "Where's the skint? Where's the dent?" She's trying to see okay, why is this thing marked off? Why is it so low? Where's the skint? Where's the dent kind of thing? But the first time I ever heard of Skint and Dent was by this really super country guy, and he called it Skint and Dent. I promise you, that's actually how he said it. Instead of skint and dent.
Yeah.
Skint and dent. I almost died when he said it that way.
Billy Ray
People
Cyrus,
talk interesting
Alan
around
Jackson,
here. I remember this other guy said that his his blood pressure was really high. He said it went sky high. It was sky high. They talk interesting. I don't know. It's fascinating, dude.
I love it.
It was sky high.
I could get used to this place.
Is that right? It's pretty laid back, right?
I could get used to this place. Me and my producer were talking about it. We were like, hey, well, we just like stayed here and just never went home again.
In Monroe, Louisiana.
I mean, we have our cameras. He brought his stuff. Like
I don't know, man. The crime's pretty bad. Like I said, number one in the United States for crime.
Where we come from, it's rough too. So it's like it wouldn't be like anything like, you know what I'm saying?
Bad.
Oh yeah, it's crazy out there. You know, crazy out there. But
so it's really like Better Call Saul. That's how it actually is.
There's no dramatization in that show whatsoever. Not that I've ever seen it. I've never seen it, but
you've never seen it, but you were actually in it.
Yeah, I was in it.
That's what's crazy.
I was in it.
You don't even know something that you were in.
It's autobiographical. You feel me?
We'll have to play a clip of the scene that you were in.
Sometimes art imitates life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was in that joint.
So are you going to continue to do acting?
I might. I'd like to. Yeah. I'd like to. We'll see what comes up. You know, if the right opportunities come up, I'll do it. You know. So I'd like to.
I think you definitely have a talent. Well, what would you want to do if you could?
What would I want to do?
Yeah, for acting.
Scarface.
You actually have a photo where you were kind of dressed like Scarface or whatever?
It's on my Insta.
Is that right? I don't know what you were actually doing.
That's just how I dress in real life.
That's just how you really are.
That's just how I really dress. Yeah.
Okay.
With the cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just like what I do in real life, because you know.
Well, we can't put this on TikTok
Oh yeah,
now because you mentioned cigar. Will evidently get banned just by mentioning it. So you almost got banned from TikTok for that, right?
Many times. I've been almost banned on TikTok like quite a few times for dumb reasons, you know. So
they censored one of my videos. It was a short 60-second video defending infant baptism.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything inappropriate in there.
Yeah.
But for some reason they censored it. I have no idea why.
I don't know.
Maybe they thought that we're talking about drowning children or something. I don't know. It's like, why would you censor a defense of Acts chapter 2? I don't understand.
I don't know. If I become Pope, I'm going to make you head of the TikTok department.
Is that right? So I'll be head of China now?
You'll be head of... Oh, speaking of... I'm going to fix that situation too. Thank you for reminding me. Producer, add it to the list. We got to take care of the China situation too. You feel me? Because thank you for that. We got to take care of that too. Anyway, that's good. That's very important. Yeah. Very important. That's good. You know? Sometimes you just got to make them an offer they can't refuse.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. But what were the videos that they censored? I'm curious. They were all just ones related to... cigars, or what was this?
So they censored videos related to Islam.
Okay.
Videos related to Islam. Videos where I got an unlit cigar, because the cigar wasn't even lit.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just holding it. It was a real cigar, big fat cigar, but it wasn't even lit. And the reason that they gave on those videos was because I was smoking. You know, but I wasn't smoking. It wasn't even lit. So it makes no sense. And then a couple of other, they've like muted a lot of my videos too. Some of my videos, like you said, you had a one that was muted. They muted a bunch of mine for no reason whatsoever, no explanation whatsoever. They just muted just because it's an arbitrary, broken system.
So are you thinking about getting off TikTok, or you just want to still use it?
No, we need it. We need it right now. Right now, it's an essential part of the plan. You know, it's an essential piece to what we got going on. We got to utilize. We got to be banging on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to continue to use the devil's platform to fight the devil, and just keep doing our thing.
You're killing on TikTok.
Oh, thank you. I try. So everyone go follow me on TikTok at Voice of Reason _clips, and that same handle is also for my Instagram. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna start dropping some fire videos in Spanish, so you can follow me at Voice of Reason _Espanol.
What's the Spanish apologetics community like?
Oh, you're about to find out because I'm about to kill it there too. I got a homie back home, my man Iram. He's gonna help me out. We're gonna get together. You know, we're gonna do some videos together, and we're gonna shut it down on the Spanish TikTok.
Are you gonna address the issue of Santa Muerte?
Of course, I got to.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
It's not Catholic.
Okay,
it's not. Stop doing. All you Mexicans, all you Cubans, all you Puerto Ricans, anybody, even if it was white people too. Santa Muerte is not a Catholic devotion. Stop doing it. You're making me very upset, and you're making Jesus upset too when you do that. Okay? It's not Catholic. Only do things that the Catholic Church says you can do. And Santa Muerte, the veneration of that fake saint, is not something you can do. Thank you.
So, my wife and I were in Tijuana the other day.
Why would you go there?
Just for fun. We just wanted to see what we were literally on the
sick.
border. No, we were already in California. We were just on the border right there. So we just wanted to walk in and just walk back out, which we literally did in less than 1 hour.
Yeah, I wonder why.
We went to Mexico for less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
But anyways.
That's an hour more than I like to spend.
On the way back in, right? They got all these different tables of things that they're selling.
Yep.
You know, rosaries, Virgin Mary statues. But then there was also the Santa Muerte right next to the Virgin Mary. It's like, what's up with that?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't they know?
So I take it they think this is a Catholic saint.
And they're so wrong. That's I might have to, if I become the Pope, I might have to do a whole department just for that.
Just a whole papal encyclical.
Just a whole papal encyclical about it. That right there. You know, have it enforced because it's crazy right now. It's crazy. It's crazy up over there. We got to fix it.
But it's related to the cartel, so it's kind of hard to address that issue. Or
I'm going to fix that too.
Is that right?
And now that I said it on YouTube, hey, if you never see me again, you know what happened. Anyway.
Sounds like it needs to be addressed, though.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
I think I've heard some bishops talk about it.
Yeah, and some of those bishops end up disappearing. Yeah, so.
That's pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah, so. But we got to do it. Hey, we got to do it. We got
to
stand up for what's right, what's good, and what's true because we got to, you know.
Yeah.
So
tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Voice of Reason, how it started, and what you're currently doing right now.
Well, we just do all the pimping stuff that we like to do. You know, it started with my producer.
Yeah.
He's the brains behind the operation. I'm just the voice. He's the one that tells me what to do. He shoots the videos, he films them, he edits them, he puts them out. He's, you know, it's really his.
It seems like a big focus though is catechizing people.
That's the most important thing. That is the most. I've been a catechist. You know, I was a catechist for 10 years before I ever got on social media. It is the most important thing. The biggest lack that we have in the church as a whole is that so many people, too many people, a majority of people, majority of Catholics don't know the faith. They really don't know the faith.
Yeah.
And that's why we're in the mess that we're in today, because we have even bishops now. It's apparent now more than ever. We have even bishops that don't know the faith as well as they should, that don't know what the church teaches and has always taught, you know?
That's what's really sad.
It is really, it really is. So we need to fix that. So it's been a passion of mine to teach and educate and, you know, help answer all the questions. And we just want to keep doing it, you know, and that's what we started Voice of Reason for, and that's it. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. I don't care about anything else. I just want to educate people, teach people, answer their questions, and help bring people that are not in the church, you know, to the church, or people that left the church to come back, or people that are in the church but they don't even know why they're Catholic, to give them all a firm conviction, you know, as to why they are what they are, why they believe what they believe, why, you know, Christianity is true, why Jesus Christ is who he claimed to be, and why the Catholic Church is the church that Jesus Christ founded. That's the mission of Voice of Reason. That's it. All I want to do is be a faithful son of the church. I'm rough around the edges. I'm a little crazy. You know what I mean? I'll stomp you out because I got my Timbs on. So, I'm rough around the edges.
And you're a boxer.
You know, I box. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to whoop some, you know. Sometimes you just do what you got to do, all right?
Yeah.
But despite all the imperfections, you know, and there are many, more than anything, I just want to be a faithful son of the church. If I've ever said anything on my ministry, on my platform that's incorrect, that the church doesn't teach, don't listen to me. Listen to the church, because the church is the bride of Christ. The church is guided by the Holy Spirit. Listen to the church. Don't listen to voice of reason. Only listen to voice of reason when voice of reason says what the church teaches. If I've ever said anything that is incorrect, I did not do it intentionally. I didn't mean to do it. Maybe I misspoke, and I repudiate whatever it was that I might have said in the past that wasn't what the church taught. I'm not saying there is anything.
Yeah, but you submit to the magisterium.
I submit to the magisterium. So if I have ever said anything, or if by accident, and it would be an accident because I would never knowingly, willingly say anything that contradicts what the church has taught, you don't listen to me. You listen to the Church of Jesus Christ, okay? Because I'm just a guy with a webcam.
But you know what? That disposition is so different than what we normally see.
Yeah.
Which is open dissent against the magisterium.
That's ugly, man. That's ugly. That's not Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Catholic. It's about being holy, and you can't be holy if you're not obedient. If you're not obedient, you're not holy. I don't care how much you know. I don't care how much you think you know. If you're not obedient, if you don't obey, you are not holy. You just aren't. That you just aren't. You can't be holy if you don't obey, because if you don't obey, that means you have a lot of pride. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not.
You end up making yourself your own magisterium.
Exactly. You pull a Martin Luther, you pull a John Calvin. Don't do that.
I kind of feel like that. Yeah, that is at the heart of the Protestant Reformation.
Yep. Don't do it.
I mean, obviously, it had all kinds of additional views, but at the heart of it is, I am placing myself in judgment of the teaching authority of the church.
That's ugly, man. That's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
That's so ugly. Who am I? Who are you? Who is anybody to judge the Church of Jesus Christ? You can't do that. You judge the church, you're judging Christ. You can't do that. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody can do that. Nobody. So don't even think about it. Perish the thought. Because that right there, thinking about it makes me sick. It really does.
I think it's at the root of just so many issues today, yeah.
No more.
Especially with Catholics being just in open dissent against the magisterium.
You can't do it, especially when it's clergy doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We got bishops, we got priests, we got cardinals. No, that needs to stop. That really, really needs to stop. It should never be happening amongst the clergy. Ever.
Yeah. So again, tell everybody where they can go to find out more about VoiceFace.
You can find You can find everything you want to know about VoiceFace on TikTok and Instagram at Voice of Reason _clips. Right here on YouTube at Voice of Reason _. And you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/Voice of Reason. I'm also on Twitter at VOR_tweets. Where else can you find me? Right here on Reading Theology, baby.
That's right.
Right here.
That's right.
Theology,
that's
baby.
right.
You find me right here. All right. Right here. That's where you find me right here.
Yeah. We can look forward to many, Lord willing, many more videos and collabs.
We got to keep doing it because
absolutely.
I'm really gonna miss this place when I leave.
Oh man, no, you're welcome back anytime.
Disneyland for me.
It was so fun having you here. You are welcome back anytime.
Oh man, this is so good, man. I can't believe it. There is something really important though.
Sure.
That I need to do.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Something really important. I actually I brought you some gifts.
Oh man,
I brought you a
is
few
this
things.
Christmas?
This is your
I
Christmas.
see Byzantine Seminary Press. That's got me excited already.
Seminary Press. Okay, so first of all, before you get your gifts, there's one more thing I need you to do for me. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my copy.
Yeah.
Right here that you sent me in the mail.
Yeah.
Check this out. You know that I'm not going to leave here unless you sign this for me,
without signing it. Yeah, of course.
I need you to sign this for me, right? So here's the book.
Thank you.
Here's a pen.
Yeah.
I want you to sign that for me right now on the air so that you can get your gifts, okay?
Absolutely.
And I want you to make it out to your close personal friend, Pope. What was my Pope name again? Pope VoiceFace Killer Alexander the Ninth, who I love and respect very much. Just just you know what I'm saying. That's what I want you to.
You get to see my terrible handwriting.
It's all good.
It's really rough.
Mine's really bad.
I saw a letter that I wrote like 20 years ago, and it looks exactly like my current handwriting.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm gonna sell this on eBay. I'm just kidding. It's because after you become the Pope, this is gonna be like super.
It'll be worth something.
It's gonna be worth a lot. But no, I would never do it.
But it's made out to voice face though.
It's made out to me, so it's an indelible mark on this book right here. You know what I'm saying? Indelible mark. Now that you've done me the honor of signing the book that you sent me, I got something for you.
Let's see it. I'm excited.
And this, by the way, you signed something for me. I got something signed for you.
Oh,
this
wow.
right here is a book by the great Father Christopher Zuger, who is the pastor emeritus of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, Byzantine Catholic Church.
And I've had him on.
And yes, and you've had him here. You're going to have him on again here pretty soon to actually talk about his writings. This book right here is Finding a Hidden Church. And I got this for you, and I actually I got you this book. So this right here.
Oh, thank you so much.
And
wow,
I also got you
from Eastern Christian Publications. That's great.
Eastern Christian Publications, and that's not all. I also got you these bad boys. Check this out, son. Check this out. Bam! Look at this. Look at this.
Oh wow!
Look at this. This right here just came out. This is also from Father Christopher Zuger. This right here is a 2-volume set. It's called "Looking to Tomorrow: The History and Mission of the Byzantine Catholic Church."
Much.
Right. This right here. Two thick tomes right here. This is for you to
I didn't know he
had
this.
Yes. So that right there is for you.
Yeah, these are massive.
Yes.
Yeah, I've wanted a history of the Byzantine Catholic Church.
Well, there it is. You got
this
it right
is
now.
Perfect. Thank you.
And I know that you're going to be having Father Chris on, hopefully as early as this upcoming week to talk about these books right here.
This is epic.
Because that just came out. So your book just came out. That book just came out. Both of those books just came out.
Wow.
All 3 of these books just came out, so we gotta promote and we gotta make sure that everybody knows. So everybody needs to get Answering Orthodoxy, Michael Lofton's book. This right here is definitive. This is magisterial right here, almost. And you need to get Father Chris Zuger's books, Finding a Hidden Church, and his 2-volume set right here, right there. Looking to Tomorrow, all about the history and mission of the Byzantine Catholic Church. Wow. These books right here are essential for all Christians to read. And those are yours.
Thank
you have done so much for me.
You
have done so much for me and my producer. And right here, this is just a small token.
This is awesome.
Of our appreciation for you. But there's one more thing as well.
Oh, okay.
There's one more thing that I wanted to get you. I hope you like this.
Yeah.
All right? This is something right here, because not only do you have a great collection of books, you also have some beautiful iconography right here in your chapel. So I got you this right here.
This is epic.
This is an icon of the resurrection and the harrowing of hell. So this right here for the cameras, check this out.
Wow.
This right here is for you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Now here's the thing though. These books that I got you are not signed because I didn't want to take them out the packaging, right? Not signed. What that means is that I need you to come to Albuquerque to visit me so we can have Father Chris sign those personally for you, all right?
Oh, I'd love to come out to Albuquerque.
You have to come out here so we can, so
I gotta do it.
Signed, all right?
I'm telling you, I've been wanting to see where Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad and all that was filmed.
Yeah,
and
so
I gotta come to your territory and
thank you.
See what it's like, meet Father Zuger and everything.
Thank you so much. So those are your gifts.
Thank you so much, man. This is awesome.
Hey, man, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you again. I cannot thank you enough for having me on here. This has been a blast. This is like before March. When was it when we linked up? July? Before July? It was at the very end of July, August. We're in the beginning of December now. Literally, 5 months ago? I was just a fan, and I'm still a fan. Still a huge fan, and I can't believe that now I'm right here. In the studio, in the Reason and Theology studio right here doing an in-person stream. You've had serious heavy hitters here. You've had Swansona here. I wanted to do something with Swan because Swan is the man. Who else have you had over here that's a legend?
Oh, Keith Nestor.
Keith Nestor. Keith Nestor is the man. Who else have you had over here that's in person that you've had here? So many people that are legends, and
a lot have just been virtually. I haven't done too many in person yet, but that's going to change moving forward. I'm going to start bringing more people in person.
Well, my friend, God bless you, and thank you for everything that you're doing, what you've been doing for years. Because I'm not ashamed to say it. I rip you everything you do. I rip you off. I just rip you off. You know, I've been jealous of you for a really long time. Thought about shaving my head bald too and everything, but my
no, don't do that. Keep it as long as you can.
It wasn't necessary.
Is your dad bald too?
Oh no, my pops is like.
He's got a head full of hair.
My pops has like
you'll
an
be
afro.
good then.
My pops
you'll be
like,
good then.
My pops looks like your son.
Okay.
My pops looks like your son Malachi with the afro. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
Malachi has that busy bone hair.
My pops is like, yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. And
Malachi always makes fun of me for being bald. He says, "You baldy."
Hey, it's all good.
I say, "Hey Malachi, hey big hair," and he says, "Hey big baldy."
Hey big baldy. I know. I've been hanging out this weekend. Your son Malachi is like sharp.
I mean,
man.
he's got those insults locked and loaded. He's ready for them too.
I know. Right now, we just went out to eat earlier. And what did you tell me? You were like, Malachi, why is your hair so big? And without missing a beat, he looked at me. He's all, "Have you always been bald?" That's what he told you. Like, yo, son.
And he's 5 years old.
Chill, baby. He's 5 years old. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's like, where does this stuff come from?
That's crazy. Have you always been bald? Got him. That's fire. That's a good one.
Excuse me. I'm still getting over this cough.
That'll teach you to make comments about his hair.
Well, VoiceFace, it was an honor. Thank you so much for coming on. Really was an honor, man. Thank you. I enjoyed it
this whole weekend, and we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for watching. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. We'll see you later. Are you a Catholic thinking about converting to Eastern Orthodoxy? Or are you a Protestant discerning whether or not to become Catholic or Eastern Orthodox? If so, I have the book just for you. It's called Answering Orthodoxy. It engages all of the arguments that Eastern Orthodox use against the Catholic Church. I respond to all of them. I show that they are in error, and in fact, they're inconsistent, because the things that Orthodox are objecting to are in fact found in their own tradition. So the fullness of the faith can only be found in the Catholic Church. Check out the book right now at shop.catholic.com for your copy today.